se. Starte nå. Podcast.
Har du sett styremeldingen?
Og jeg leste at de skulle øke pensjonen fra 4 til 6%.
De har allerede gjort det.
Men jeg har ikke lest noe mer.
Jeg fikk brevet mitt.
Ja.
Så de har allerede gjort min.
Ok. Jeg er vant. Der jeg jobbet før, så var det jo 4%. 2% som man betalte selv, hvis man alle bestemte at vi skulle gjøre det.
Ja.
Og så betalte firmaet 2% ekstra, i tillegg til de 4% som er lovpålagt, eller sånn, så 8% eller et eller annet sånn høyere vann da.
Ja, du mistet 2% når du kom hit.
Ja. Fikk jeg mer lønn, altså.
Ja.
It's almost, but not quite.
Okay. Well, it's coming. And I'm gonna ready an action that the first creature I see, I'm just gonna attack it with an Eldritch Blast.
All right, Rudy, it's your turn.
All right. Let's see how far I can get.
First enemy creature.
Here. So if I move to here, I'm assuming I can't really see that fish.
You can kind of see him around the corner. You've got line of sight inside.
So if I do a firebolt disadvantage?
No, he gets, I'm going to give him +5 distance.
Okay, I will take another firebolt, just firebolting as I go. That's 7.
Yeah, I'm afraid not. The fish folk charge forward towards you, Rudy. One charges around the corner. This one makes its attack against you, Rudy, getting a 17 to hit. And several more flood into the room.
And that one that came around the corner triggers.
Yeah.
We get some shots, yeah.
Yeah. You both get a shot.
I get an 18 against the one that rounded the corner.
It rounds the corner into a bolt from your crossbow.
So right as it turns the corner, like it doesn't even complete the turn.
Right in the eyeball, just slips, and another leaps right over it. And Wrath, your Eldritch Blast?
Only a 10.
It's a miss though. The other gets through, and it's gonna step
was
forward.
wide.
It had to dash to get there, so it's not quite. Alrighty. With that,
Sånn står det bra med Magic Missile og treffer alt.
From the fire elemental. Magic missile! Magic missile! It's like a half speed. It's like,
so the Hydra's got to squeeze to there, so that's half its speed to there, and then it ends up there basically, with by dashing through, face to face with the fire element. Back over to the party. Literally, Wilhelm, it's your turn.
Wilhelm steps forward and lunges at this fish folk in front of him. Getting a 12 to hit.
Is a miss, I'm afraid, by 1 point.
Oh man.
Yeah, he raises his shield and blocks it at the last moment.
I then take my crossbow and try to stick my hand over his shield to shoot him in the head. Critting. And I'm going to use my sneak attack.
I think you got him. I think you got him.
You hit him in the brain, point blank, splattering fish guts and brains all over the just point blank headshot.
Yeah,
Bam.
so he blocks my rapier with the shield, and I literally just take my hand, go over his shield right up to his forehead, and shoot the crossbow into his forehead.
I imagine you
Do you want to roll
stabbed
the
him.
10d6 to see how much damage it is?
I imagine you you stab his shield with your rapier and then pull him close almost, and then point blank him.
Yeah. Are we doing the brutal critical? Or
Oh yeah, so the 5d6 plus, let's see, 5d6, so 30, so it's gonna be like 34 plus whatever. On a 1 hit point.
It's 48 damage.
So you kill him 48 times.
Yes.
Overkill.
His head explodes with it. Like there's just fish everywhere.
Like you're mad that he blocked.
I am mad. That was a perfect lunge. Did you see him dodge my perfect? He's a fish folk. He can't dodge a perfect lunge.
Super comes around the corner. I'm like, beautiful technique.
Thank you, Rudy. Thank you.
Would you like to move or do anything else, Wilhelm?
So from where I'm standing, is this open? This hallway? Does it continue?
No, that is the hallway.
Okay. Then I'm going to move down this corridor towards.
Raph, where are you, bud?
Okay, looking in the real quick, I want to know, when I look at my robe of useful items, can I identify some of the patches
Oh yeah.
that are on this thing? What do I have on available of the ones that are rolled?
One of everything.
Okay, good to know. I'm going to continue my runaway. I'm standing behind Rudy. I'm going to take some shots, like the one that she's engaged with.
Yep.
I crit it.
Oh.
And then I just blast it, and I want to do a cool slide underneath her with my ability. I slide through her with my boneless shape and form. I slide between her legs as I blast this creature. I'm merging on the other side and try to take another shot at this next one. Getting a 26 for 12 damage. As
Oh.
Bruce is in tow.
Rudy, it's your turn.
Right, I'm gonna move up to this fish folk. Take a swipe. For 26 to hit.
Cut him down.
Yeah, I'm like, I automatically just, and then that was 20, and I place there and take a swipe at the other guy. 19 hit.
Cut down.
I move 5 more feet, and I'm like, come on, boys!
The fuck
What do I see?
Texel fra Nederland.
Opening up.
Tilflyttepunkter.
So reveal.
Han er borte. Ai.
This is a
Han er klar.
larger
Ja.
chamber.
Han er klar i hvert
Så
fall.
det kan, hvis ikke det var ordentlig vinterdekk da med pigger.
It's
Kan være han bare bytta dekk så han ikke ville lagre
the
det.
faint markings of some elven runes. And then finally there is a cube-shaped box bearing each facet of the box has a face, an elven face that looks similar.
Are we still in initiative order, or is that? Yeah.
Yep, one last time. Because the Hydra is gonna have its day. I get to make 5 attacks against the fire element.
Old blindy.
Old Blindy.
Fire elemental.
Yeah.
What kind of damage does it do?
This crazy Hydra, the lowest to hit is an gosh.
Buy us time, Blindy. That's its name, right? That's what we're naming it?
He's just
Delirium
struggling
eyes?
with this new, delirium eyes.
Yeah.
He's just he's not blind. He's just learning a new way of seeing the world.
Back over to you all. This chamber looks barely used by the fish folk. As you stumble into there, beyond the roars of the highway, you hear
as we stumble into this room and I notice the elven markings, first of all, can I make any sense of the symbols on the floor?
they appear to be very, very likely an epithet or an inscription.
And the box, is it a stone box or is it a metal box, a wooden
It's
box?
stone. Marble.
Recognize the faces on it?
Yeah, I'm like
It
glancing at
resembles
it.
statues.
I'm going to pick it up.
You pick it up, and as you go to pick it up, there's actually a moment where you feel like a click as it detached from somewhere, and you can see that there is a latch underneath it that was holding it in place.
Oh.
Proceeds back in the past.
Oh.
Oh.
Roll d6.
I got a 2.
There's a ka-chunk and a flicker,
Uh-oh.
and something sputters.
Uh-oh.
And then there's a ticking noise. Click, 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 click.
I set the box down and I run and jump back out.
We can't go that way!
When you put the box back down, do you put it back down on the pedestal or just drop
I like set it back down right where I got it and I run
it? Okay.
towards the dome.
Run.
Make a dexterity check.
A save or just a check? I got a 22.
Alright, you put it back down, and as you put it back down, it place the clicking stops.
I
Try the other door.
try the door. I still think this box might be of value. I don't quite know what was going to happen, but perhaps it's a grab and run scenario.
So is this door blocked, like this area?
No. Yeah, no, the door's just closed.
I open the door.
You mentioned there's 2 pedestals, right?
There's one pedestal and 2 pillars.
Oh, okay, pillars.
I pull out. Let's see here. I pull out my hooded lantern that I have. Does it feel roughly the same weight as the box that I just picked up, or would I need to fill it?
Grab a couple of arrowheads from a few more things from your pack if you need as a joke to make.
Yeah, I fill the hooded lantern with.
I'm gonna start helping you, and then we'll take stuff out. I'm holding my hands out so you can like put stuff back in my hands that you don't need
Yeah,
as
and
you find the weight.
I try to
At the
find the
door.
exact weight, and then I approach the pedestal, holding the hooded lantern. I'm going to try something now. In one swift movement, I remove the box and put the lantern down. I got a 3.
Latches off, and then there's a latch on the lantern, and you hear the latch just going ka-chink, 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 like it's trying to latch on, because there's a groove on the bottom of the walls. It's trying to latch back onto
friends.
Run away!
Alright, heading back to the hybrid. So the hybrid took a bunch of damage from attacking the fire elemental. But it's going to continue its attack against the elemental. Hitting with one attack.
Is the elemental good to attack it?
Yeah, yep. Roll 2 attacks.
Okay. It's gonna actually step on top of the Hydra and just get up all in its biz. So I don't know how much damage.
Roll 2 attacks for it, and then it'll be 1d10 for
10 to hit.
that's a miss.
18
Is a hit. Only 2.
So one hit is 10 damage, and then it was 4.
The remaining attacks are going to be enough to destroy it. And the Hydra circles. But it does take another ton of damage from attacking the Hydra.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Back to y'all. What's it gonna be? Run away!
Yeah. As soon as we think it worked,
I throw the stone cube, the marble cube, into my bag, and I say, rule number 40: combat is a skill, but so too is innovation. And I flee out of the room.
As we dash.
As you dash forward, you finally come down chamber. You're standing in the bar, and you can see the light in the sky above you. Below you is the broken remains.
How broken is it?
it's just mean at this point. No!
Wrath, could you help? Can you rebuild the ladder, make us fly, make us float, make us, like, any sort of spell will do. Like, there has to be 100 spells capable of getting us out of here, right? Right? Wrath? You have something, right? You have an idea, a plan.
I proceed to use the skywrite spell to write help or throw down ladder. I've got nothing.
Boys, I guess we're climbing.
Hold on. I pull out my rope again, and I'm going to tie it to a bolt again. And I'm going to try to fire it. Does the well have like an overhang at all? Like a wooden overhang at all? No.
There's a bucket down here, and it looks like the bucket was attached by a chain as well as dry, aside from a small pool here where you're standing, and the ladder that was all the way down it is just smashed.
I have a rope and a bolt.
And how did the fishbowl come this way? It must have had a...
I mean, they could have just been hanging out in the pedestal room and come from the other direction. Or maybe they just flop right down the well. I don't know.
I just take my axes out and I start climbing.
Alrighty. Well,
I hand one end of the rope.
Okay. Take it. 25.
alrighty, you climb 30 feet up. Anything else from the rest of you guys?
I'm keeping guard with ready to action.
Yeah, watching Rudy.
Did you use the second spell?
No, I still have a 4th level.
has 7 heads. And it regains a bunch of hit points. And it's coming to get you.
Raph, what about... I've seen you teleport. Can you teleport us out?
What are you going to do?
It's too far.
Too far.
Oh, does your magic teleport go further? No, I'm sorry. I've had a lot of tentacles in my head today, and they were not welcome.
I
I
yelled
don't
down,
mean
I'm
to take
like,
my anger on you.
How far can you teleport?
Maybe 90 feet.
Perfect. All right. So, as I'm climbing, I'm like, I got Wilhelm's rope, part of it. I got 50 feet of my own. If you can get up to the rope, if I can climb to the top, then we'll get there.
We should we should leave the strongest climber. Who would that be?
I'm climbing to the top.
Is there any? Can I get any purchase on this? On this
On the
well?
on the wells, yeah. You can try climbing. Yep. With the rope, if you're following the rope of a primary climber, with the bricks of the well, it's a very easy climb.
You know, we're gonna start with the rope of useful items. A 24-foot wooden ladder. So I rip out a patch and I throw it on the ground and it shoots up right below Rudy, and I just start to elegantly climb the.
That would have been useful a moment ago. I'm already
Alrighty. So
higher than it.
you're 25 feet up. Okay. Wilhelm, what are you gonna do?
I follow behind Raph.
On the ladder?
Yeah.
Okay. And Rudy, you're gonna continue climbing?
Yeah,
Give
I'm
me
higher
an
than the
athletics
ladder.
check.
12.
Alrighty. You make no progress this turn. You only get 15 feet up. So not no progress. You make halfway up. You
Finding it
slip
a little bit
bit.
harder to find
Yeah.
purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's as far as you get this turn. Our friend the Hydra continues to squeeze. Really, it's really got to squeeze this time. It's got a really small hole to go through, but you know, it'll do its best. It's gonna take it a little while to get through this. We'll see how it does.
And we can still hear it, right?
Oh yeah, it's like banging on the walls, like trying to clamber and crawl through after you. Okay, Rudy.
Climb it again? Or are you guys climbing?
Yeah. Are you starting the climb?
I just got climbed, so I think.
No,
Right.
it's back to you.
Oh, back to me. Okay. Oh, yay! 26 to climb.
Alrighty. So Rudy, you are now 75 feet up. You're halfway there. Wrath and Wilhelm, what are you two gonna
Rudy, are you throwing down a rope?
I've got a rope, but I haven't stuck it into the wall yet.
Okay.
I'll be able to throw down when I'm at the top 100 feet of rope.
So we got to get it up another 25 feet. Let's go. I got to try to climb off of the ladder.
do? Okay. If you try to climb off the ladder on your own, give me an athletics check.
I get a 4.
You don't even start, and you stumble, and you fall back down to the bottom. You can make a dexterity saving throw to catch yourself on the ladder.
Can I try to catch him since I'm behind him?
Yep.
I get an 18.
Alrighty. Wilhelm helps you, and the two of you are, and it catches the two of you.
We're in a conundrum.
Oh,
Wilhelm.
going, bud. Keep going.
Nå er det fullt her.
It's like
Yeah.
you pushing my butt and I'm making no progress.
Yeah.
I'm just sliding across this.
You're like
The walls.
you like fall and your foot like is in my face, and you're like propping yourself up. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you're going.
Alrighty. Rudy, come on.
Ja, bare
Let's see
stopper
what you
her.
got.
Ok.
Ses
17.
imorgon. Ja,
All right,
mötes på
continue to
Ensjö.
make progress.
Ja.
You are almost there.
Don't worry, guys. I'll get us the rope at the top.
What about Wilhelm and Wrath? Are you two just gonna wait it out?
I'm going to now. I step over in front of Raph and I start trying to climb.
Give me athletics.
I got a 12.
Alrighty, you make 15 feet
Ja,
of
ja,
progress.
ha det bra.
Like this. This is
Wilhelm,
hard.
you are 40 feet up.
This is far more difficult than Rudy makes it appear, Raph. I don't judge you.
Alrighty. The Hydra is now at a point where it has to start smashing into the walls
So you can
because it
move.
can't get any, it's too big to get through. So it is clawing and smashing with its heads, and in fact, it's smashing against them directly. It's like draining its own heads to do it. So as it's smashing its head against the walls, like it blows up its own head to regenerate and grow back, and it just keeps smashing and smashing and smashing and smashing and smashing. You got a bit of time, but when it comes here, it's gonna have a lot more heads.
Why does it hate us so much? What does it have against us? Raph, what did we do to spite it?
We snuck by and they got mad. The guard dog, you know.
Rudy, you're almost...
Alrighty.
Here we
Rudy?
go now. Come on. Another 9 plus 8. Yes, 17.
Alrighty. You are 135 feet up. You are 15 feet away. Alrighty, there's more smashing down the hallways. Wilhelm, Raph, what are you going to do before he makes one more attempt?
I'm scrambling. I'm going to just keep trying to scramble up the wall. Is that another athletics check?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a 12.
Scramble up 15 more feet. Rudy, one more athletics check.
Oh, 15 plus 8. So
Get over the top.
I
You're able
tossed
to,
the rope down.
you're able to toss down a rope. The two of them are able to tie themselves off. You pull the rest of everybody back up. You're on a peninsula. You're on a cliff looking over the sea in front of the lighthouse. A bolt of lightning cracks through the air as you drink in the night air of the sea. And that is where we're going to take our break. And we are back from our much needed short rest. Ready to wrap things up for 2020.
If you are enjoying the stream and you'd like to help support our work, please check us out on Patreon. You can find out how by following the links below or at patreon.com/dungeon_dudes. We have a phenomenal Discord community that is exclusive for our patrons. You can join us on Discord and chat with us about all things D&D, all things Drakkenheim. You can hang out with us for our monthly Q&A sessions, submitting questions through our Patreon. You can take part in our monthly writers' rooms, where you can help us come up with scripts for new episodes. So please join us on Patreon and join us on Discord as well.
Of course, don't forget to look at the links below for our Teespring store, where you can find all of your favorite Dungeon Dudes t-shirts. Yes, yes, yes. The Dusk Wardens and way bigger than ducks. Check out bit.ly/Dungeon Dudes merch.
And in our game tonight, we use a variety of incredible assets produced by talented artists. These have graciously given us permission to use these assets in our stream games, but you can use them at your table too. We encourage you to check out and support these amazing creators. Our virtual tabletop with Roll20, Battle Maps by Alex McDarrah, Virtual Party, and Ross McConnell of 2 Minute Tabletop. Custom maps made using Dungeon Fog and Wonder Draft. We have player character artwork by Jeremy Cole, NPC token artwork by Matthias Bourbon, monster token artwork from the D&D 5e Monster Manual, and other source books, spell effects and tokens by Gabriel Picard, and music by Tabletop Audio. So thank you to all those amazing creators, and check them out for yourself.
We also have a very exciting announcement to make regarding the future of Drakkenheim.
Yeah, be sure to join our mailing list. We'll have the links in the video description below, because you'll want to find out when Dungeons of Drakkenheim is coming to Kickstarter. Kelly and bring Drakenheim to life in a Kickstarter campaign in 2020. So if you are interested in picking up your very own campaign guide to run your very own Dungeons of Drakenheim campaign, you'll want to join that in for the latest news and updates. Or if you're part of our Discord server on Patreon, you can also chat with us in our awesome behind the scenes and chat Kickstarter chats. We're going to be talking about all sorts of cool things coming out over the coming months as we head into 2020 and actually launch the campaign.
And for those of you watching this live, make sure to check out those links which will be coming out. That's this Friday on our YouTube. We'll be taking a bit of an ado. Be sure to tune in when we return.
Indeed. Well, let us return to the shadows for one last moment. The rumbling subsides after some time as the three of you catch your breath on the edges of this tumble-down ruined mound overlooking the sea. Before you are the last remnants of some ancient farmhouse, perhaps lost utterly to time. You can see that the pathway here leading up to this well indicates that maybe the fishfolk regularly use this as a secondary entrance to the cove. Far off in the distance, looking out over the mist-shrouded sea, you can see just the barest suggestion of the lighthouse in the distance. The distant boats of light of Drangsmond and the other fishing villages, and the strewn together flotilla of the boats of the villagers of Ashafel. Looking down the coast, not a single light shines from either the lighthouse or Ashafel. Surmising from the number of fishfolk you slew, you might have just depopulated an entire village.
Not again.
The first time we've done this.
And we're beyond saving.
It's true.
Yeah, I agree. This is far less confusing than Shaftburg, but I can't fathom what we're dealing with. The monsters, the mind warping. This book of rules there's nothing in here that accounts for otherworldly horrors. This is all dealing with chivalry and proper engagement for a duel. And what do I do with tentacle monsters and mind warping entities? What?
You do what you can. That's what we're doing. We're doing what we can. Figuring out the mysteries. Of course, this town was much further lost to the monsters that this delirium seems to be causing. I think we need to get to the root of this, but look at y'all. Y'all are not in a state to be taking on any more monsters.
Rule number 98, and as I say rule number 98, one of my teeth falls out.
Now you have a lisp?
No matter the situation, never lose your cool. Never lose.
I just pat you on the back.
Rudy is right. We have to continue our mission. If we figure out what's causing all this and we stop it at its source, no others can be harmed by this intrusion upon their lives. These poor villagers were lost to something greater than even we can fully comprehend.
I'm not comprehending anything.
And this sickness that ravages us is only a mere glimpse at what affected them. They seem to have been turned into some other creature. The Duchess penetrated our minds. I've never felt anything like that.
Wrath, are we going to die? Am I dying? Is this...
We're all dying.
Okay.
Just know
Yes.
that it's going to be a little faster for both of us if we don't maybe speak to River. She has been to Drakenheim. She knows another place where there is a power. Maybe she has seen symptoms like this before. Maybe she can help.
Well, I mean, are we still in the haze?
You are.
Well, we can't contact her until we can get out of here. I think even y'all, Wrath, that delirium than any of us and be worried about your state and what you're able to do now. Maybe we need to get in touch with River before we can move forward with this and tell her what we found. Tell her what we know.
It's a good place to start.
If we can get back to the village and then outside of the village clear the haze, we could potentially contact her and maybe even let our teammate that man know Aubin know about the fate of his kin.
But do we just walk out of the haze? How are we gonna get out so that we can contact River?
You're on land, and so it's not. You're not very far from the edge of the haze in this area. By going further inland to the south, within an hour or two, you will be out of the haze on land. The road you can get, because this is a bay. You're not on an island. You're still on the main. So by following the coast, you could get back to Dransman. It's about 90 kilometers away. That's about 50 clicks. So at meeting a good pace, you could probably make it back to Dransman in 2 to 4 days overland if you needed to get back there. Your boat is down at the cove now, and that was a rowboat. So but again, it's not like you're stranded on an island. You're still on the mainland. But yes, one of the things, Wrath, that you know about delirium contamination is that it doesn't go away when you rest. In fact, every time you take a rest, there is a chance it gets worse on its own. So it is not like exhaustion. It does not go away when you rest. It gets worse when you rest. So the longer you have the contamination, the worse it gets.
Yeah, this doesn't look good for us in that concentrated area. That delirium was quite strong, and although delirium has its uses in its raw format, it can be quite deadly. Both Wilhelm and I have been exposed.
I say we need to get you back to River then and figure out a way to heal you up. I'm sure she has some sort of magic, if you don't, Wrath, to help with this.
No,
I'd like to keep as many of my teeth as I can.
I mean, that would be a bonus.
We could steal a bigger boat. The townspeople may not need it anymore.
We see any bigger boats down by the docks?
All the docks were taken away. All the boats left the docks. But the boats that are in this flotilla, there are some larger boats that could probably make the trip in about a day and a half.
Isn't that the same amount of time it would take us to walk? Day and a half?
Walking along the land would be about 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
This way we do not have to rest. We can, or at least we can maybe tend to our wounds along the water frame.
I fear I'm falling apart, friends.
Now, how are we going to get to this flotation device? Do we see any rowboats around that we can get to them?
You have to swim.
Can I see the patches on Wrath's cloak?
Yeah.
Alright.
Do you?
I spin you around. I'm like, is there anything useful on here?
Fine. Well, and I'll hand you the patch for the rowboat.
Oh, great. I was like, well, this is handy. How do I you use this thing?
Throw it at the ground.
Wait,
the water.
Are we at the top of a cliff?
We have to portage it now down.
Yeah.
I could portage.
Okay. It's brutal to portage it down, but you do manage to do so. So So you want to rowboat out and get one of the larger boats and head back to Dragsman, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in this case, what I will do is have you all I need from Wilhelm and Wrath is a Constitution save.
That's it?
Yeah.
I've been doing so well with them.
I got a 13.
I got a 10.
You both succeed.
Oh!
So your contamination does not worsen. Wilhelm, as you come out of the haze, you guys can treat Wilhelm a little bit as his fingernails and teeth are falling out. So Wilhelm, I would like you to roll me a d6 for each of your fingernails, toenails, and teeth.
Oh.
That is how many teeth, fingernails, and toenails you lose over the journey back. And we will say that the 6s are exploding. So if you roll a 6, roll another die, and that's how many you lose.
Okay, wait. So, like, am I rolling for each fingernail?
No. Roll a d6, that's how many fingernails you lose.
2.
Roll a d6, this is how many toenails you lose.
6.
Ooh.
Roll another d6.
6.
No.
All your toenails fall.
It must hurt to put on boots. Like your socks are just.
I'm sick of wet
touching.
boots. I'm sick of I like pull my boots off and all my toenails come
I don't think that's water.
Oh, that's...
And you know what else? It smells wrong.
Oh. And my teeth, I have to...
Yeah, roll a d6, that's how many teeth fall out.
4 teeth falling.
4 teeth fall out.
Is it all forefront ones?
No.
Give us a smile.
Roll a d6 and we'll see. And on a 1, you lose at least one front tooth.
It's a 2.
Okay, you don't lose any of your frontmost teeth, but some of the, like a molar and a side, they fall out.
Your wisdom teeth come out.
And it's like they rot, like your breath reeks.
Once we get onto the big boat, like during this journey, I stay below deck. I don't come out. I don't, like, my hood is up. I'm not seeing anybody.
Every time you're around, I'm like prestidigitating a small, like, puff of wind to put the scent away from me.
And do you send a message to River?
Yes.
She says, her reply comes quickly. She says, you are in dire condition. If you have been contaminated, you need to return to Dransmund. I'm going to get you a priest.
So to say our last rites, I suppose that could be a good enough reason.
At least she's gonna do something to help get us some healing.
Must be serious if River's calling upon a priest to help.
Maybe he'll give us some tips. Maybe something to do it ourselves, because we're going back.
There has to be a way that the Duchess lives in the water, and we can't go in the water.
Well, we can go in the water. It's just not going to be terribly pleasant.
We need to find a way to resist this, or even at least a way to avoid the heavily concentrated areas. I had never seen anything in that pool before. It was thick. The water itself didn't seem contaminated up until that, by the altar. That's where it became too much.
And I mean, I brought the delirium back. I don't know if it's any different from the ones we've seen, but maybe River will be able to do something with it.
Your stolen boat limps back into the Dransmund harbor, and River's apprentice is there to meet you and bring you back to the Kraken Manor. There are a few other matters that you must attend to. It is up to you to decide what you'd like to do first. You have the tablets that you recovered as well on your way back. You could go over those, or you could speak with her. Or if there's anything else you would like to do, what would you like to do first?
I mean, first on my list is contamination.
As you return to Kraken Manor, River is pacing in the common room as you arrive, and as you come up into the room, she comes right up to. She looks at you, Wrath. She looks at your face. She grabs your chin, kind of looks inside your eyes, looks inside your ear, and then says, "Excuse me, Mr. Willow." And she looks under your hood and pulls it down. Come upstairs.
Yes, ma'am.
One that's squishy and one that's falling apart.
I did not know it would be so powerful there, so concentrated.
This creature that we are dealing with here in Ash Bay I expect a full report from you both. But if you are suffering from delirium contamination, we have a problem. This is part of the reason why no one must know that you are working for the Academy. Understand? You're going to need to go and talk to the Flame Keeper here in Transmit.
Are they expecting us?
No, they're not. But they are going to be happy to see you when you bring them gold.
All right.
Flame Keepers have developed a spell. It is a prayer that they invoke to the sacred fire. It can purge the contamination from your body. It is similar to the magic that their paladins use to destroy delirium. Go and ask the Flame Keeper. Pay her to cast this spell. Her money spends just as good as anyone else's. So do it.
And how much are they expecting?
I don't know. It could be several hundred gold.
Do we have means of avoiding this sort of contamination in the future, or is this just another part of the job that I didn't know we signed up for?
We do. We have a method. We have a potion that offers some measure of protection against the haze and against the contamination. It is expensive to produce, and our quantities of it are very limited. But I can procure you some.
Yeah, that would be helpful, River. You know, I understand that supplies might be limited, but if you're about to send us into a haze-ridden trap filled with fish folk that reach out to your mind and make your teeth and fingernails fall out and your bones disappear, it would be convenient to have a potion or two to help us along the way.
Yes, it would be. And we would like to provide as many as we possibly can. We didn't know that this threat existed here yet. And the essential component of the potion is a plant that only grows in the ruins of Drakenheim.
Well,
Sounds about right, doesn't it? Sounds about right.
I think we also may have discovered something that may be able to tell you where these contaminations may be happening. There was
Very
a piece of technology, I don't know even what to call it. What would you say, boys?
A map of this entire world.
What the fuck? Phone restarted.
Sounds about right, doesn't it? Sounds about right.
I think we also may have discovered something that may be able to tell you where the, not like a
It
paper
was,
map.
yes.
It was like
What Rudy's describing is almost like an elven concoction that, through our understanding of the elven language and magic, we determined is very old, but was almost like a viewfinder into the current this current world.
Did you find these were in the Elven ruins
yes,
that were on the coast by Ashafen?
yes.
Fascinating.
How much do we know about what happened to the elves' temples? 10,000 or so years ago, they just stopped being used.
I want to talk about this. This is a key discovery, and I know that you made a great sacrifice and personal risk to retrieve this information. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think you should take care of yourselves. You have been through a lot, but you have accomplished a lot. Go see the Flamekeeper.
All right.
Take care of your body, and then we can make plan our next steps.
Once we're better, we have a lot to talk about.
Alright,
I
let's head over.
stumble out the door with my knobbly, gross-smelling feet and my bad breath mouth.
Now, when we go and visit this Flamekeeper, they will ask us questions. We do not work for the Academy.
Right,
But further,
We're gonna stick with our
We fish.
fisherman story.
we went to Ashafen to fish.
how did we exactly acquire such grave sickness?
Ashafen.
Ash.
Hell of a place.
Do you have a small piece of delirium?
We actually, and I open up my bag and show her all the delirium that we got.
She looks at it, her eyes widen. Tell them you found the strange stone, you touched it, and it made you sick. Tell them you don't know what it is, and if they ask for the stone, let them take it.
You want the rest? Do you want the
take
rest of
one.
these
Of
stones?
course I do.
Okay. Just leave us the smallest piece.
Yeah, give us like a handheld size
Like a
piece,
like a
a
shard.
modest but not an entire haul.
And will you pay us for the rest so that we can afford this treatment we're going in for? Ah, wonderful. Sounds like berries to me.
Do you have coin right now?
I have some.
We have actually a lot.
We have a lot. We're pretty rich. We're cash rich right now.
I've been keeping track of like the group.
Well, I'm gonna turn off the stream now, so see you guys later, maybe. Or at least tomorrow.